buddies, how you doing? This video is going to be a little different because it's more on a serious note, but because we have started to let you guys into our lives, we want to be open about this. And it's mostly going to be him this time, not me. It's not an update video, it's for him. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. As of right now, the Monday vlog did not go up, so we'll basically be giving you 2 videos in one day, Monday's vlog and this one. So I'm gonna let him take it over.
I've been stressed out lately at work and at home, and potato here coming, and trying to make things work.
As any normal person.
Where do I even begin?
Alright, well, you were starting earlier this year. He started to have pain in the gallbladder sort of area, and it wasn't that severe. It would just come and go, and he would just look up natural remedies to help it. Like at one point, he was doing like fresh lemon juice shots.
Yes.
And stuff like that, and then he'd be fine, and like I said, it would go away, and it would just occasionally come back and then go away, you know, no big deal, until this time last week.
Yeah, it started on Wednesday, as I have shot a few footages too of me going to the doctor and things like that. Started right below the rib cage on my right side, and then it would somehow move to the middle, like right below the solar plexus, and then move backwards. It just this weight in the stomach area is like kind of sore, dull pain, and it's almost like home diagnosis. Like I read it up, and it looks like I have a gallstone or gallbladder issue, but then it also seems like it's a stomach ulcer as well. So I might have 2 problems instead of 1 problem.
Right.
So on top of that, last night, I have
Which was Monday night.
Which was Monday night. I have an episode where I blacked out. So what happened was, as I mentioned before, when we have dinner, I like to Frankenstein my food. What I had in the fridge was, I had this water spinach that I cooked, this Chinese dish, and I have some rotisserie chicken that I have shredded, and then
I didn't know you had that in there.
Yes, I did. And then I have this. Now,
which is, obviously you can tell, it says fish. It's tilapia.
Yeah.
And it comes pre-seasoned.
Right. It's all you have to do is put this in one of these parchment envelopes, and you just bake it for like about 18 minutes for 400 degrees.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mixed all those food together. So this is what happened. I was watching TV. She likes the AC on. This is exactly how everything happened. And I started to feel chilly. I started to feel cold.
Which is, I thought maybe it was just simply because I keep it cold, because me being almost 9 months pregnant in summer, yeah,
right.
I'm gonna have the AC cranked.
But this is pretty much the same temperature as like I'm feeling right now. The AC is on right now, so
yeah, it's on 74.
This is the same temperature, and at some point I'm like, I feel chilly. I don't feel good. She didn't believe me at first. Now this is on top of me already not feeling well because of my stomach issue. Because when I'm having this pain, I have no appetite. I know I need to eat. I know I should have food in my stomach, but I'm not growling. I don't have an urge to want to eat, but I should eat anyway. I put the food down, and I was like, my hands are itchy, so I took off my wedding ring. I put it on this little coffee stand storage, whatever. I put it down, and then I started to get up, and I walk over, and we could kind of reenact what happened.
Basically, from the couch to the doorway out to the hallway to go to the bedroom, it's all of maybe 10 feet.
And I was gone. I was eating, I feel chills, like I said. I was itchy, then I start feeling chills. And then I went like this, and Lauren's like, "Stop it! Eat your food."
Yeah, I actually thought he was just kidding around. I'm like,
I feel cold.
Yeah.
I'm chilly. And then she starts saying like you're red everywhere, and so it's red like from here on up to my face. It's almost like that pillow actually.
His face was like legit beet red.
And I said, feel my pulse. I felt like I just ran like a mile. I was like, feel me right here.
And I did. I was like.
And it felt like I ran. So I put the food down. I'm starting to sit down like this. I don't feel so good. Then I was like, this is not enough. So this is where I actually got up to walk over to the hallway. So I got up, and at this point I'm still chilly. And here is actually where I start seeing snowflakes. They're like red, orange, yellow snowflakes. It's like those like time when you sat down for a while and you suddenly get up, you get a head rush. It's like that, but worse. And I held onto the door frame here. I started saying things like, I can't see, because it got so bad that my vision got blurred. And at this point, Lauren came over, and she's like, what's wrong? And I said, I can't see. See, this is from where I remember it's a little weird, because I thought I was holding on to the bathroom door frame. Turns out I was holding on this door frame.
Right. I came around you like this.
Yeah.
And I had to flick on the light, and he goes, I can't see. So I, in turn, go, oh, hold on.
Well, she's waving her hand in my face, and I said, I could barely see.
Yeah, I went like that.
And then, what I remember saying next was, I can't hear anything. And I said it twice. And then before you know it, I was on the floor here.
Yeah.
So, what she said to me was, I was holding on to this. I saw him to do this.
You were just spaced out. But before you even went down, you were spaced out.
Yeah. And then, I was down on the floor, eyes wide open.
He literally looked like a deer in the headlight.
And I was like not responsive for 5 seconds with my eyes wide open.
And that's when it freaked me out. I put my hand on his chest. I started shaking him.
Yeah, when I came to, I remember she saying things like, "Hun, you're scaring me." Mm-hmm. And I said, "How did I get here?" And then when I started to get up, I was like, "Hun, okay." And I kept saying okay because my brain was literally trying to boot up. I can't feel my fingertips. I couldn't even feel my toes. Everything was orange and red and yellow, like the snowflakes. But now they're coming back, and my vision is starting to come back, but it still feels like I had this filter in front of my eyes.
Basically, your body was rebooting, and I asked you, "Can you move?" And that's when you said, "I can't move." Yes. And I said, "I'm going to call an ambulance."
Right, and I said, "Okay. Wait, just give me a few," or something like that, or
keep talking to me.
Yeah, and I told her to keep talking to me so that my brain would keep responding. So I said, keep talking to me. Okay. Eventually, I finally got up, and that's when we went to the ER. We wrote down everything that happened because it just happened, and I was suspecting maybe there's something to do with the food. Maybe it's what's going on here. So I have her pack whatever I left eating in a container, and we packed all the medication that I got from the doctor like 2 days ago. And
which was from the stomach ulcer.
Yeah, and whatever else I have in my food. And we went straight to the ER. So we got to the ER. Because I complained about palpitation, they have us into the emergency room immediately. They took my EKG. And it turns out by the time I took the EKG, my heart was back to normal.
Right, it was normal. That's what the doctor said.
Let me just add that when I was on the floor, the whole time she was talking to me, from the time I was holding onto the door frame to me laying face up on the floor, all I can hear was my heartbeat. That was it. If I have ever any sense of anything, it was just a heartbeat. Almost the whole time she was talking to me, it was almost like background noise, like if you fall asleep on the couch and the TV is still on. That's what whatever she was saying sounded like, because all I was hearing was just the pulse. And then as the pulse was going away, that's when I hear her saying, "You're scaring me." Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm in the ER. They took my EKG. They don't know what's wrong. I told them about abdominal pain here.
that you've been having for the past week,
and
that you went to
that's
the doctor, and I showed them I brought the medication, of course, with us, and I showed it to them.
And then the fun begins when we have to wait and wait. We waited and waited, and I just came in and out of sleep. I fell asleep a few times, woke up a few times. There was a point where she got so tired, she shared a stretcher with me.
Of course, all his symptoms had already gone. The nurse came up to him and said, just got word that you're next on the list.
Of being seen by a doctor.
Right, or as he called it, a provider. And so I took the liberty of asking, how long do you think it's going to take? And he goes, unfortunately, I don't know that. And so we're like, okay, fine. So we're sitting there waiting and waiting. By the time 1 a.m. rolled around, you would move to that final position in the room.
It was 1? Wow.
It was 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And I had to go ask yet again, okay, any updates? And the guy said, unfortunately, no, he said he is still in the same slot. I'm like, it was really frustrating. So I ended up, that's when he scooted over in his stretcher and let me
lay down.
Sorry, we got distracted just for a split second because one of my cats just came bounding through here. Got up into the stretcher and I just, laid up beside him.
We didn't see I didn't get to see a doctor till 4.
It was crazy because she asked a key question. We explained again, of course,
the whole story,
everything that happened. He pointed at me, he goes, she can tell you.
I'm like, I just want to go home or have you look at me or something, tell me what's wrong with me. Then she said, did you have fish lately?
And we both looked at each other like wide-eyed, like, did you just ask the magic question? Because that's exactly what he had.
Right. And it turns out that the symptom I described was food poisoning. And it's called
scombroid food poisoning, which is something that can only come from fish. Creates a histamine, basically. It's a bacteria.
Yeah.
From poorly prepared fish.
Well, it's poorly prepared fish, and it's also found in like decaying fish. So if it's not prepared right, if it's not cooked soon enough, there is a bacteria that does make this kind of stuff. And when you do cook the meat later, the bacteria dies, but what they left behind is the toxin, and that's what I had. Toxin stays in the meat. Right.
It doesn't matter if so it really doesn't matter if you cook it properly.
Yeah.
It's still there, and of course histamine. That's what caused his itching.
Right.
And maybe the goosebumps.
And the onset is basically 15 to 30 minutes after ingestion. So it's almost like I said, I was eating, then I felt the chill and I put it down, instantaneous. I was lucky that it only lasts like that quick because I didn't eat the whole damn food. And it could lead to death in some cases.
Very, very severe cases. So, again, we wanted to talk about this because this is something that seriously happened, and we just want to let other people know. So now that he knows that he is prone to having this problem, he's basically he has to stick to fresh fish. And even if we go over to a friend's house and they say, hey, I had this fish that I prepared yesterday, he's got to say, sorry, no, obviously very politely, but...
Well, here's the funny part too. I read it up today. Scombroid is actually found in saltwater fish. Typically. Tuna, salmons, I don't remember what else, but there's a longer list. If you look up online, you'll probably see a list. Here's the thing. Tilapias are actually freshwater fish. It's not on the list, except recently there is a medical journal saying that, as close as 2015, 2014, they did found that bacteria in freshwater fish, in tilapia specifically.
And that's the type of fish that he was eating. Just wanted to put that out there that if anybody has these symptoms,
I would suggest get help right away. It does go away soon, but it's always good to follow up, make sure that it's not recurring, because mine lasts less than 5 minutes.
Yes.
There are some cases where it's 15 minutes to 30 minutes to 4 hours.
I think the whole ordeal between him being on the couch to being on the floor and coming back to me, snapping out of his blackout with his eyes wide open, It was, yeah, I think it might have been 10 minutes. I would say more than 5 minutes for sure.
But it was enough. It scared both of us.
You literally scared the shit out of me.
Oh.
we're even. We're calling.
One more thing. People do say that if that does happen, keep your feet elevated, because that's exactly what I didn't really do that, but inadvertently, because I got on the ground,
your legs
there's
were
blood
flat.
rushing back to my brain, to my head, so which is why I was coming back to.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of interesting. I mean, it was just, but I woke up this morning, it being Tuesday, and I was like, he actually went to work. We got discharged. Actually, we kind of skipped over that. We got discharged at like between 4 and 4:30 in the morning.
So I scared my baby and my baby.
The two babies.
My two babies. I'm sorry, sweetheart.
It's okay.
And it was serious yesterday, but I could joke it about today, because I was telling people at work how, what happened, and I said that, like, if she goes into labor and I'm gone, it's such a bad birthday for a little potato here. It'd be like,
you're gone. Like,
yeah, like the day I check out is the day she checked in. That would be, it'd be such.
Take that back.
No, I'm sorry.
That's not even joking.
No, it's not joking. What I'm saying, but you did say that, like, if you're stressed out enough, you might go into labor, right?
Right.
Okay.
I know that. But
so the worst case scenario would be that. So I'll be like, I know. So I'm glad it did not happen like that. It was funnier in my head. Anyway,
and he's still laughing.
I have to laugh at it. I lived it.
Well, I know, and that's why.
So anyway.
Well, and that's why when we were when we were already at the hospital, we were able to, like, kind of joke about this, that, and the other, and just, again, because it could be a scary situation, and thankfully it had already passed. If it had continued, if it was worse, then yeah, obviously it wouldn't be joking around as much.
You know what the funny part is? They said that when you first taste the meat, if it tastes metallic and peppery, that's a sign. Except that these things are seasoned.
It's already seasoned with lemon, pepper, and herbs.
I'm like, oh, it's lemony, it's peppery. Okay, yeah. Peppery. I guess it's supposed to be peppery.
Right, but.
And then before you know it, I'm like.
I didn't know about the metallic taste though.
Yeah.
Where did they say that?
It's in the wiki. Anywho's, I'm glad I'm semi-okay. I still need to check up on this. So
he basically.
I am mad up, dude. Painkillers all the way.
But that was our experience, and we wanted to share it with you guys.
We'll leave some links down below with some information on this stuff too, in case you want to read a little more, if you have current experiences like that. And I know that Wikipedia is not always the best thing to use, because anybody can go in and edit information. Okay, but the information that was on there was pretty spot on. Right. And we want to get that out there. Like, we want you guys to be aware of it too, of symptoms that can occur, what to look out for. You don't need to take the food into the hospital like we did. They actually said, no, we don't need to see it. We were cautious, just in case. Yeah, it was just a just in case thing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, if you found it very informational, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you can see more, just not on this subject, of course, but to see more about our lives. We try to be as open as possible. And leave a comment down below if this is something you've experienced. We've never heard of this. This is the first time we've heard of this type of food poisoning. Her family has even heard of this. Everybody was very surprised.